Welcome back to the second part of Living Your Life Purpose. For the ones who haven't watched the first part yet, in that first part I was talking about my life purpose and how over the years I've been shifting and changing my life to be in more alignment with my deepest desires and deepest purpose. Go and have a look now if you haven't watched it yet. In the second part today, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper and we're gonna talk about first, what does life purpose actually mean? What do we mean by that? What happens if we lack life purpose? And why we should really follow our life purpose? Why does that just make sense? And then at the end, I will also have some exercises for you, or just some reflective questions where I will invite you to go deeper within yourself and find the answers to these questions. Now, let's talk first about what do we mean when we say life purpose. So we all have our own idea, I guess, of life purpose. What I really mean is when people say, just follow your heart or just follow your dreams. It sounds very easy, but what do we actually mean when we want to follow our heart or follow our dreams? However, for me that's pretty much equal to life purpose, because again, this purpose is something that is deep within your heart. It's your true desire. And I say true desire because there are also fake desires, or let's say ego desires, which are more coming from the mind or from the society, that we feel like we need this or need that. But if it's a true desire, I mean, it's a heart desire, something that is deep within. Now, it's important to understand that the life purpose, for example, first, it does not necessarily need to be or become your profession. It can be a hobby or something you just enjoy doing, but it may as well become your main life profession at some point. Another very important thing to remember about the life purpose is that we should not judge it. Don't judge yourself or others about what is your life purpose. It's not about how big or how small it is, how many people you influence with your life purpose. It's really not about that. I think a great example are kids. Adults really like to ask the kids, what do you want to become when you grow up? And kids are so innocent and they say a doctor or a farmer or whatever it may be, and they don't judge like maybe the adult mind would be judging, wow, a doctor is a highly regarded and well-paid job, but a farmer maybe not, right? But that is really that innocence that we also need to cultivate as adults more and more and more. I think that's very important. So don't judge if your life purpose is big or small or influencing millions or just your personal life, because it doesn't matter. What matters is that you do what is aligned within yourself, with your heart. Now, what happens if we lack life purpose, or if we lack purpose in general? And I think this is something that we can see in today's society a lot. I think one of the biggest results of lacking purpose is addiction. And by addiction, I don't mean just drug addiction. I mean generally kind of feeling lost and getting used to habits that are maybe not very healthy for your life. And that could be like just consumption in general. I think that is probably the biggest addiction, and that can go from food to alcohol, but also shopping or just scrolling through the internet or social media, and maybe ordering stuff online and all of these things. So most people, they come home from work, maybe they do something they don't fully like, they come home and now they have the evening for themselves. But instead of taking that time to create the life that they desire, they rather do what they are used to do, and also honestly what most people in their environment are doing. So it seems to be normal to do that, right? So lacking purpose often leads to kind of feeling lost and drained of energy. And some of you may be able to relate watching this right now. So that's something also you can ask yourself, how is your energy level right now? How do you feel when you come home from work? And what are you doing? And are these choices that you are picking truly aligned with what is actually your deep desire? Now, I want to invite you to a little thought experiment. Now, just imagine if every person on this planet Earth would be following their life purpose. Imagine every person would be living the life their heart truly desires in full alignment with their deep desires. How would that world look like? Just think about it. Now, why should we follow our life purpose in general? I think it kind of seems obvious, and still it's a question we really need to address. Because why should we do that? Why is it even worth it? And first, let's start with an example if you're not following your life purpose, or you feel like your life is not fully aligned with what you're doing. And I pick it just an example. Let's say you work in a job that you don't really like. Or maybe you like it so-so, but it's kind of boring, it's kind of tiring, it's kind of the same people every day, and yeah. Now, you go to that job and thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I spending or wasting my time here? And then, therefore, the energy that you put into your work, into your life in that moment really, is not really positive, so to speak. And therefore, the next step is like the feedback that you receive from your environment, let's in this case from your work environment, may also be negative. Maybe you cannot get the sales closed or the job done that you want to do, or you maybe don't get that promotion that you were hoping for, and other things or negative feedbacks are coming into your life. Now, what does that negative feedback do with you? Does it motivate you? Of course not, right? So it's more demotivation and actually more negativity in your life. And that kind of keeps spinning a circle and a cycle. And that's not very healthy, right? Because your motivation is down, and it's really difficult for you to create something new, to create something different in your life. Now, on the other hand, if you are doing something that is in alignment with your heart, with something that you truly desire to do, now the energy that you put into the action, into the work, it's going to be totally of a different nature. So you're going to be inspired, and you're going to do every moment of your job, of your work, with your heart. You really, really put your heart into the work. Therefore, most of the time, a lot of alignments start to happen, and you kind of keep getting positive news, good feedback. People, they say like, great work, good job. And this really motivates you to do it again and again, and to really follow on your path further, more and more. And actually, I can give you just a quick example of myself. Like, I just started doing these videos, and I know that this work, what I'm doing right now, right here, talking to you, is truly aligning with my deepest desire and purpose in my heart. And just putting out one video, so many of you gave such a wonderful, beautiful feedback, honest feedback. I could feel that to me, and it really motivated me to keep going, keep doing this. So it's going to be the same for you. If you aligning your choices more and more with what you truly want to do, then more positive feedback is going to come to your life, more motivation therefore is going to come to your life, more inspiration, and you're going to create more and bigger impacts in your life. Okay, before we're going to wrap up this video, I'm going to have a few questions that are going to help you to reflect on what's going on within you. So if you feel inspired by listening and watching this so far, then please actually do this exercise. I really invite you to take a piece of paper or your journal if you have one and write down this question. And the first question is really for all of you, no matter if you already know what's going on in your heart and what you really desire or you don't know. I think it's a great question to ask yourself. It's a little bit of thought experiment again, okay? So it is, if someone gave you 10 million US dollar right now, what would you do? Very simple question, right? And I think it's something we have asked ourselves before. What would I do? What if I win the lottery or something like that, right? And why is this question important? Well, if your answer is gonna be, I'm gonna keep doing exactly the same thing like what I'm already doing now, that actually means a lot. It actually means that your life is already aligned really, really well with what you truly desire. It means you're living a life that you really enjoy living. And of course, maybe you would upgrade some of your small things in life, some of the materialistic things in your life. But if your answer is gonna be like, I'm gonna open that restaurant, or I'm gonna start that business, or I'm gonna travel the world, or any of these answers, listen carefully, because these are your desires. And often money is one of the biggest reasons or excuses to not really execute your desires, because we are conditioned to believe that we need money to pursue our desires. And I really would like to challenge you to think about that again. And I don't think it's necessary, because again, once we start living life with our purpose, the flow and the alignments keep happening. And I just would like you to experience that for yourself. Now, the second question, I would like you to make a list of your objections or reasons why right now you cannot follow your life purpose. Again, the first one may be money. There may be many, many, many other reasons why you cannot pursue what you truly desire to pursue right now. And that second question actually leads into the third question, which is really the most important one. So that list with your reasons or objections or excuses, identify what fear is behind each of those reasons. Okay, what fear is behind each of those excuses, reasons, or objections to follow your life purpose. Truly go within yourself and look inside and say, if it's, for example, money, then what is the true fear behind that? I invite you to really do that, and feel free to reach out to me and or comment down below the video your thoughts and so on. In the next video, I'm gonna actually be talking about creating change, creating lasting change, and why it is so difficult for all of us to really create a lasting change. So it's kind of a new topic, but it leads into, or it leads from life purpose and changing your life into this next video. So please stay tuned. And if you have enjoyed watching this today, it really means a lot to me if you share it with one of your friends or multiple friends that you believe they could also be enjoying listening to this and maybe benefit from this. So thanks for sharing, subscribing, and leave a comment to let me know how you like this content. It really helps me a lot. So thank you so much, and I see you next time.